it is occupied one time, ma'am, yes. We just spoke to the driver. The driver is okay. There's no medical issues. Just, you know, being out here in this kind of rural area, we didn't want to just drive by and leave.
Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So at about 6 o'clock this morning I picked up my friend Robert and we were en route to Mathiasen State Park, which is a sister park to Starved Rock, which if you've seen my channel very much at all, you know I shoot at Starved Rock quite a bit. I'll put a link to the playlist that I have for Starved Rock up above. But when I picked Robert up, it was about -8, -9 degrees Fahrenheit. God knows what the wind chill was, because the wind was blowing a little bit. So I would guess probably -15 or so with the wind chill. But we were en route to Mathiasen and came up upon a vehicle that was off in the ditch. And a lot of times these vehicles, you know, you see this all the time in the Midwest, vehicles off in the ditch. But for some reason, you know, I slowed down because just wanted to be sure, you know, that no one was in there. Most of the time the car's gone, the car's been in the ditch for a long time, the people are out, the people are safe, they're back at home, they're warm, and just, you know, waiting for a tow truck to come pick up the vehicle. But we pulled off and lo and behold, there was someone in the car. So it's a really good thing that we stopped. We, you know, checked in on the person, made sure she was okay, made sure that help was on the way. Robert actually called the police and reported it and made sure that someone was en route. We confirmed with the woman that she was okay and had people coming. So once we knew that the police were on their way, she had people coming, and she was warm, she was in the vehicle, and she was fine. You know, we gave her our contact information and took off because we knew she was safe. But you know, just after that, you know, took some time. The sun was already starting to come up, so we just stopped and got breakfast. which wasn't a bad deal. -8 degrees. We were both frozen from, you know, being outside and trying to help this woman out. And so we stopped to get some breakfast. So now it's about 8 a.m. or so, sun's up, but I love getting those pictures of the long shadows shooting into the sun, going at f13, 16, 18, so you get that starburst pattern from the sun, and you get those long shadows coming towards your lens. I love doing that, especially in the winter time. Because the shadows, you get that contrast with the shadows and the white snow. So I love doing it. So I figured I'll get out. It's still -3-ish out here. So I decided I'd just stop at one of my favorite places to shoot, Starved Rock State Park. So right now I'm gonna get a few images and call it a day. So it's a good little start to a Saturday. So welcome back to the channel. If you're into landscape photography, if you're into nature photography, and if you're into keeping it simple and having fun, hit the old subscribe button, hit a like, drop the comment, let me know how you're doing. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to get started right now. I'm in position. The sun is to my left, and got a composition that I want to shoot right now. I'll show you that here in a second. And then got a couple other compositions. I'm going to take a little walk through the woods and get what I can get before it's too cold, and then we'll get out of here. Alright, so here's that composition that I was just talking about. Looking directly into the sun. I've got lots of trees shooting through the forest. Have lots of shadows, long shadows coming right at me. But also in the snow, I've got the little undulations of the wind-blown snow and little tree branches, little whatever, tree roots, or not roots, what? Baby trees sticking up through the snow. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bracket. I'm going to shoot at probably 13 ISO 100 and kind of back into a shutter speed. Obviously, I'm on a tripod. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Probably f13, f16, ISO 100. Back into a shutter speed. I'm going to shoot at portrait orientation, focusing on the foreground, and that's it. Kind of simple, really, but it should be a pretty composition. So, assuming that it is a pretty composition, I'll show it to you right now. Alright, so I've found the scene of my next composition, but I haven't yet figured out my next composition, if that makes sense. You go out, you're taking landscape photography, you're going to come across a beautiful scene, but the scene itself isn't always going to make a beautiful image. You have to find the image within the scene. And sometimes that's the hard part. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm just trying to figure out, I got the steam coming up off the creek, and there's some green textures in it with the water moving, and there's this fallen snow that's on top of the rocks, and some of it's disturbed from people, traffic that came before me, but so I just need to find a good spot, good composition within the scene, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. So yeah, it's chilly out here. For this third composition, what attracted my eye was the pristine snow in the foreground. Just beautiful, and then with the backlight and the long shadows, and the pristine snow takes you down to the creek and then up and away into the woods, into the darker shadows. So yeah, that's what I was seeing. So here's how the image came out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a spot similar to this, but I like diagonals going through my image. So I want to find a good spot where I can use the dark creek as a diagonal going through the image, and contrast that against the long straight shadows that are coming right towards the viewer's eye. and see what I can find. So I have the composition in my head, right? Just the elements of the composition. So now you got to go find it. So that's what I'm going to do now.